Hey y'all, this is Patrice Boone, also known as Patty B, and you are listening to the Globe is Being Televised podcast, the show where a collective of women safely land as we discuss the good, the bad, and the downright ugly through entertaining yet purposeful conversations, all while keeping Black women and their multicultural crew in mind. Hey, so hello everybody. My name is Patty B. My real name is Patrice, but people call me Patty B. So my name is Patrice Patty B. Boone, and I am currently introducing myself as the host of the Globe is Being Televised podcast. I am a host of other things, but tonight we're going to focus on this. I'm not going to call it a baby, but this engine that I have running. Okay, the Globe is Being Televised is where a where a collective of women can safely land as we discuss the good, the bad, and the downright ugly through entertaining yet purposeful conversation with Black women and her multicultural crew in mind. With that said, this evening we are recording live EST a little bit after 6 p.m. and I have a guest and the host of the Confidence Restored podcast and my really good friend, encourager, purpose pusher, and everything in one, Tomeria Jordan, ladies, and the occasional gent who may join. And so I'm just going so we can go ahead and the claps and everything like that. But I'm going to let Tomeria introduce herself this evening, and then we're going to go ahead and start our show. So Tomeria, you get the floor.
Thank you, Patty B. And I am so proud of you. Congratulations, Boo. Doesn't she look fabulous? She is doing her thing, and I'm so proud of her. The glow up has been televised. So, again, thank you so much, Patty, for having me on the show tonight. I'm really excited to be here. So proud of you in this venture. As she mentioned, she is multifaceted and has many different things that she does. So, I encourage you to really get to know her aside from the show because she is dope in real life. Okay. Dope IRL. So thank you. So I am the host of the Confidence Restored podcast. That show is all about faith, inspiration, and transformation. And I also host the Perspective View, which is really diversity conversations beyond the boardroom. So we know all about cancel culture. So my hope is that we give people a safe space where they don't have to worry about conforming to social norms. But by trade, I am a global training leader. So similar to Patty, I wear a lot of hats. Just grateful to be here tonight and share with her in this space. I love what it's about. And I love what she is going to be able to do on this platform. So, congratulations to you too, Boo.
Thank you so very much. This has been I think this podcast has always been in the making, in the plans for me. I would like to let everyone know this is, I'm not going to say it's a Christian podcast, but this is a faith-based podcast, a real one though, where we are going to be discussing real things. But I do want to let my audience know that I am a woman of faith. I do believe in the Godhead, meaning God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. Even if my walk has looked a little bit different or it has not been linear, I do want to put that out there tonight. So any conversations that we do have, I will um do my best to keep crossing my ladies and the occasional gent. So and so for this first episode, this is going to be centered around Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, as it has been coined over the years. I think it seems like Valentine's Day has become Galentine's Day because it seems to be that we all the women who independent, throw your hands up at me. Anyway, it seems to be a more single women in this world than ever before. And the single woman looks very different across the board. Single women that are married, single women that are single women that are not married, and single women who are in the process or they're walking down, they're getting ready to walk down the aisle. So this is going to, we both are donning our red ensembles, and I don't know what you have on, from the bottom down, from the waist below, but we both have on red. We love, well, I know I love red. How you feel about red, T?
Honey, okay. Red, I just like red. I think that it makes my skin complexion pop. I love red on women of color. I think it looks beautiful. I'm loving your red lipstick, honey. And look, y'all,
Yeah.
Patty is always fabulous. Look at the outfit. Do you see it? The embroidery, the buttons, okay? Mm, yes. So I love red too. I love color. So
Yeah, and let's pick the nails. So you got a little, what you got
yes.
going on?
Let's see. And mine are short. Don't judge me, y'all. Yeah, they short.
Girl,
Don't judge me.
you
But
good.
I have a little white design, which you probably can't see with a little glitter. But Patty's nails are on point, honey. That black and white.
Oh, stop. Oh yeah, shout out to my girl Gracia on the IG. Her name is Kelly Martinez, and she is in the 757 area. That's where this podcast is being recorded from. But anyway, let's keep on going with the show. Valentine's Day, February 14th day, whatever you want to call this. But let's talk more about February 14th. Do you have any plans coming up, Miss Tomeria? What you got planned?
Actually, I don't have anything planned, but surprisingly, it most of the time I didn't actually have anything planned. So what I will say is throughout life. So I found that in my days of being single, most times I didn't have anything planned. Sometimes I would get like the surprise gift every now and then. And then I did get married in 2016, and even being married, things weren't always planned on Valentine's Day. And I actually have several
Mm-hmm.
friends who've said that they don't plan anything. Um, and some of that I think is due to crowds, but then other times, like sometimes people don't see eye to eye, whether they single, married, separated,
Mm-hmm.
divorced, like it's just life. So I think there's ebbs and flows with everything. So I think it's just a personal preference. So for me, I don't really have anything planned. I just kind of go through the day however it goes. And it's nice when you get something. But if not, it's not going to make or break my day per se.
Mm-hmm.
It actually not per se, it won't make or break my day. I'll still be happy regardless. But I
Mm-hmm.
know there's a lot of pressure. And that's why I said for
Tons.
single, married, separated, divorced, there's pressure to feel like if you get something on Valentine's Day, that means you are more special or above or whatever the case is. But I just want everyone to know, to all our sisters out there, regardless of if you have plans or if you get anything, that does not take
Mm-hmm.
away from your worth or your value, baby.
It does not. It does not. And I want to co-sign with her, even if it has taken me quite a long time to get to a place where I feel as if Valentine's Day, February 14th, is just another day. Because it's a very consumer driven holiday. Even if I would love to feel seen on Tuesday or on today, because we're supposed to be presenting this on the 14th. But I think every woman wants to feel seen just a little bit, just some kind of acknowledgement from someone, even if it's very platonic, just to be seen. I think just from my perspective and from my experience, I guess because I think I've always looked at Valentine's Day as just like a more romantic type of holiday, and not really focusing on the agape love or the brotherly love, but just wanting to be seen from, like, be seen by a man, like my man. Like, what's my man gonna give me for Valentine's Day? I have had some Valentines, some Valentine Day experiences. I hope this chair is not going to show up in this live recording. But anyway, I've had some Valentine's Day experiences, but not with, I will I want to be spoiled at least one good time
That's
on
fair.
Valentine's Day. At least just to have that experience. That and nothing more, nothing less.
That's
Because
fair.
I grew up like while I did not have my father in my life. I had a grandfather who was hands down like he you might as well say he was my father. And I always received something from him. Valentine's Day. What is your favorite Valentine's Day or love type of song?
Oh, that's a good question. You know what? I don't know if I so okay, speaking of faith, I'll say this. I am a lover of R&B, so I agree with you. Like, I can't say I've had many IG like, ooh, like I got flued out or had the rose petals and all that. I
Mhm.
can't say that has been my experience. Most of my Valentine's Day cards, keeping it real, came from my mama because I grew up in a single family household
That
too,
part.
and I had a lot of people who would around Valentine's Day, it would always be like it's not a big deal type of thing. But every now and then I've gotten some nice gifts, but again, most of the time it was after the fact. So
Mhm.
back in the day, I love me some R&B. Not that I don't love it now because like
Right.
I try to keep it holy and I'm like, Lord, this music is not helping me. So I have a lot of songs that I like, some of which I probably shouldn't like. And I'm like, let me not put that on replay. So I've had some songs that I'm trying to
Mhm.
clean out. So now I can't say I have a favorite. I'm listening to a lot more instrumentals and then I
Mhm.
just add my own ad libs or flows because otherwise, who knows what I might be listening to. I love a good love song. I love R&B. I like the vibe. So now I find myself listening to instrumentals. They give me that same feeling without the extra words that I probably don't need to be hearing.
Right. Relate. We get these downloads, and the way God be talking to us, talk to us separately, in different ways. But these downloads that God be giving us really be like, okay, like anyway,
Right. Like I'm trying
spiritual
to play
downloads
some Jill
from the
Scott or
Holy
something.
Spirit. And so, we talk about like, let's make it plain, soul ties. And when we listen to these songs, it's essentially a lot of them, a lot of R&B songs. Growing up as an '80s baby in the year 1983, growing up on these type of love songs. Now, as a woman who does her best to align with the Godhead and the New Testament of the Bible and et cetera, et cetera, a lot of these songs they get us caught up in sexual healing. Just a lot of songs, a lot of recent songs. I don't really feel like touching on that this evening, but a lot of songs have a tendency to remind us of those times where we might
Yes.
have been a little bit
The setup.
strange.
They remind you of the setup, and you're like,
and
wait a minute.
and right, and while we being real, because this is the globe is being televised, a little bit strange, even in these recent days. Like anyway, that's how soul ties and relationships is something that I think I'm going to touch on at a later time. But music, let's get back to music. I'm going to say that one of my favorite songs, it would have to be in my top, top 25, maybe even top 10. It's a song by Fantasia called "Teach Me,"
Oh, that's a good
and
one. I like
it
that.
right that song. If I ever sing a song to my husband, and on the wedding day, when I don't know, that is one beautifully written song. Teach me about Fantasia.
Oh, and you know what? I don't think
Mm,
I've ever heard it, but I'm glad that you shared the one that you shared because when you mentioned that, it actually did make me think of a song that I love, which is "Share My Life" by Kim. That one I love. That's one that I do when I think about it. I do have a lot of songs that I like, but my mind went straight ratchet. I'm not gonna front. I went straight Valentine's Day playlist.
Girl. And yes, I guess I'm thinking, because I've been single for all these years. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking. Now there are some good old. I can pull. You know what? I might be adding a nice little playlist to the end of this. To
Good
the end of to
idea.
this episode, just for the range of people who like to listen to music. But
Yes, ma'am.
going back to the lyrics that of this episode that we're going to touch on, with "Teach Me" by Fantasia, she starts out by saying, to whoever this man is, she says, "I want to love you. I want to satisfy you. I want to give you all that you want, all that you need in your life. But I know you ahead of my time. So will you show me all that I should know? Baby, I'm happy to grow anything else that you didn't show me."
Okay. All right, Fantasia.
I'm
Show
gonna
me.
add this song. It's really like I'm a really, I think maybe I'm not even gonna say another lifetime, but if I would have been exposed to other career choices, I really do think I would have been in music, in the music industry, in the studio, because girl, the lyrics to this song, oh,
Yes, I'm with you. I
it's
love
such
me
a,
some music.
yes, ain't nothing better. No, just make me a prototype. Oh, baby, make me a prototype. Like what? Speaking of
Fantasia was
prototype,
singing to her husband now, and she ain't even know it.
speaking of prototype. Andre 3000 from Outkast, Three Stacks, whatever you want to call him, that song Prototype is also
Oh, that is
a
another
very
good
good
one.
one.
You're right. I do like that one. I can hear it in my head now when you said it.
Yes. That one is just, that's a good Valentine's Day
Yes.
song. Valentine's Day, and just
Let me find out we
even
about to make the playlist.
right, and what's the interlude, the one before that, the skip before that, the well, what I forgot what time she said, but she asked the question, "Where are my panties?" And
Oh,
ladies, if we gonna keep it real, some of us may be virgins on this show that are listening, but I'm gonna just go. We may be even trying to get our lives right for the Lord. But I can say that I think that if you grown, you may have had one of those instances.
I'm weak.
Where are
If
my
you grown, girl.
panties? So I'm gonna drop it, Mike, on that one and keep on going. We're gonna flow right on into our next segment called the Honest Box. And
Okay.
so, this was I knew I always wanted to have a podcast or some kind of way to use this voice of mine. I think I was trying to get shut down by whatever. I think fear was creeping up in me. And I was not going to do the show. I was going to put it on the back burner, but I was like, no, I'm not going to. I'm about to take up space. So, with the Honest Box intro, it is a segment where I want women to be able to come and ask their questions about anything. I may have it where people, you can just ask questions, and then I will um interject them into the episodes as I see fit. For the first excuse me, for the first season, it may go into the second season, or it may just be an honest box segment where we just have some honest questions. um Let me make this clear: I am not a therapist. I am not a psychotherapist. I'm not any of that. But I would say one of my career goals in life is to be. It sounds kind of churchy. It honestly sounds kind of churchy, but to really be seen as a Titus 2 woman.
Okay.
To be seen as someone that walks in wisdom, that not excuse me, that only learns but knows how to apply knowledge, which is wisdom. And so I do have this space set up where other women will come in that I feel are experts in their industries that I trust, that I feel are also safe places to answer these questions. So I received a few entries, but I'm going to put my question on out there, and I'm going to ask you from a girlfriend, from someone as a sister in Christ, as just someone that as I feel like is wise, and even you also know me. So if I could be quite honest, here's my honest box entry. Um, Recently I had someone text me of the opposite sex who was a friend. We were never in a relationship. I really, really, really like this guy. I want to say he's probably one of three guys that I've actually loved.
Okay.
So kind of out the blue, there's no beef, nothing. We did not end up on a bad note or anything the last time I saw him. But the last time I saw him, it was more so like, mm, the thrill is gone. The moth and blew out the flame. Like you cool, you cool. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't heard from him. That had to be like I done had a whole boyfriend, a whole bunch of the pandemic that happened and everything. Ain't heard from this man.
Okay.
Who texted me, girl? But this guy. And so, we talking, and so I'm like, oh my goodness, listen to all these sermons and things from the past. Don't go talking to you, leave the past in the past, and things that we know. So we talking. Well, no, we didn't. We didn't talk. I put him on. I didn't even send him a voicemail. I let it go to voicemail. Um, didn't address it. That night, didn't respond. Didn't make myself available. So set a nice little boundary line. Let me keep on going because I'm long winded, as you know. I said, well, we were cool. That was my homeboy. Let me see what's going on. Let me see how he do. Let me see where his head at. So I did text him the next morning. I was like, hey, I missed your call. If hopefully, once I pretty much, long story short, once I get settled in, I'm going to give you a call. Which not what you think, but he called me, left me a voicemail that I listened to. I'm like, okay, so okay, we talk. Girl, you talk about, well, when you coming out here? That's not how the question was posed, but he lives on the other side of the country, United States,
Okay.
and he has essentially invited me into his territory. My question is,
Do
tell
you
me where
go?
to go. Tell me where to go. Tell me where to go, girl.
That is so funny because in my mind, I'm like, she wondering if she should go out there. Look, when you
Girl,
said
I was
across the
like,
country, I was like, where he trying to, he gonna flew you out? As they say, I got flued out.
girl, I don't think, since it's honest, box, I don't think I'm getting flued out, but I think I will be taken care of if
Okay.
I go out there. You know what I'm saying? Which is fair because I'm not. Girl, we could go on for this honest
Yes,
box can go on for
honey,
days because, honey, I was
I understand. I was, oh, that's a tough one
the ex
because,
the wait, hold on, the expectations that women want from men in during the different stages of relationship ish, whatever you want to talk about, dating, marriage, dating, getting to know each other, a one night stand, a fling, or whatever. To the expectations are a little have been skewed these days.
that's fair.
So for this man to say, as long as you coming out, once you get here, like you good, I'm gonna take care of you. So,
I mean, I think the
but
offer is nice. I genuinely don't see an issue. Like, it's so funny because before I got married, a pastor told me that I needed to date more. And I was like, interesting. Because I would not expect that from a pastor. Because in my mind, I'm
Gotta
like,
keep on going.
in my mind, I'm like, I don't know, it's too much temptation out here. I'm trying to live holy and it's a struggle. And so just
That
keeping
part.
it real. And I realized for me, I think there's something that you said as part of that question. You said expectations. So I think as long as the expectations are set, the expectations are clear, there's nothing wrong with that. And even my mom would say, like, you can have friends, you should have guy friends. But I just was like, a lot of the guys that called themselves friends had ulterior motives. So I'm like, I personally never had a whole lot of guy friends. It's not that I didn't want guy friends. It was just
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know. Like I thought we was cool, but now you acting a little funny and you teetering on the line of something else. I don't know what this is. Or like dropping the subtle
Girl.
comments that make you think like, wait a minute. And then for me, that would always make me kind of push back, like, wait, I was thinking we could just go to the movies and hang out. And like now you trying to like rub up on my leg, like I'm confused, like genuinely confused. And so
Right.
I was like, I think so for me, it was more so you mentioned fear earlier. For me, I think I was fearful of even myself. Like, I don't know, I might cross the line. So I need to stay in line. So
That
let me
part.
go ahead and stay over here. But I think it just depends on
Mhm.
your maturity level. It depends on the expectations that you set. And if you trust this person to treat you like the queen that you are, like, okay, if I come out here, there's no expectation. Because I don't know if you saw it was an Instagram or TikTok or something. This girl went out and the dude was like, what you thought? You came all the way over here, and literally they went off. Like he was cursing her out at the airport. It was really bad. And
Really?
oh, it was bad. I think you can probably Google it or something. It was on
I'm
TikTok
sure
and
I
it showed
can.
up. And I was like, he really cursed her out because he was like, I wasn't expecting you to come out here and essentially you ain't giving up nothing, but you didn't came all the way over here. Like, what did you think? In the words of some people, what did you think it was about to be? And she was like, that wasn't what I came out here for. Like, I thought we were cool. Like, I'm not trying to do that. Like, I'm just trying to, get to know you. And it was like, hold up. So I think if you have a friendship, it's been established, I think that's different versus
Mm-hmm.
somebody who is new, if that makes sense.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that
Okay.
helped.
I did. Yeah, and so I'm still in the thinking process, like brainstorming. Like, am I going to XYZ? Am I
I
going to
no,
the
look
West Coast?
here. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think the key word is expectation. Like, look here
Mm-hmm.
now. If I come out here, we can have
Yeah.
a good time. Like, I love you as a friend. Like, we good. Like, you gotta figure out what you want out of that situation.
Right. And I think since this is the globe is being televised, um, and of course, not even trying to, we're talking about love. We're talking about, the day of love. But we also there is the opposite out there,
The day of
and
lust.
so there's yeah, that too, but more so like dangers of single women wanting to, travel like this, but still kind of like in the back of their minds, not maybe it's a little watching too much TV, but being vigilant and knowing how to travel safely when you're going to visit other people, knowing you're not taking a chaperone along,
That's fair.
unless one of your friends want to be that armor bearer for you. But for real, like what friends are really going to get on the plane? Like unless they really just want to go and just
Right.
if we friends, then my friend can come on. Tell your
Yeah.
friends to get with my friends. We can be friends.
We
But
can be
anyway,
friends.
but I think that's a valid question. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And thank you for your honest response to Maria J. Um, but I do think it's very important for women to be very vigilant when you are in the streets dating. Honey,
Yes,
we are both, me and Tomeria J, are, I don't know who is going to listen to this, what age group. I may have some teenagers up here who will listen to this. I don't know.
that's fair.
But as someone that does do her best to walk in wisdom, because honey, I got some stories to tell from these dating streets, but
Honey, yes.
these are not the same streets that we were in even 10 years ago.
No,
We
it's
went
scary.
to we went to ODU in 2001, and guaranteed 2001 to 2005, 2006. We telling our ages, but there's no way that we will be able to do what we did back then. Now we didn't have cell
Hmm.
phones. We didn't have we. It's a lot of things that the younger generation has down. The younger millennial group, because honey, they're trying to put us as millennials, and I'm like, devil is a liar. I'm a zennial. I am a zennial all day long, but all that to say, y'all, my younger ladies, I cannot tell you we have free will in these streets. I can't tell you what to do. More than likely, you are over the age 18 or getting ready to be 18. All I have to say for you is please be careful in
Yes.
the streets. When it comes to your platonic friends, when it comes to your female friends, your lady friends, when it comes to your male friends, please, I pray for each and one of y'all to have discernment
Yes.
when it comes to your people groups.
Mm,
Be grown, but be safe. Um,
that's real.
I don't know
That's a
why
deep
I'm wanting to.
topic.
I feel like yeah, it's because you see, you know, just recently we've had a, I'm going to say an onslaught. That's a mainstream media term. An onslaught of women, black women, who have been harmed while traveling. Even
Yes.
black men. You can look it up.
Yeah.
Look up the titles. You've seen people not coming back home to their parents. Let's just keep it real. And so that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's why I'm saying,
Mm.
please be safe in these streets. That's the honesty. That's the honesty
It's so
that
true.
I truly desire to bring to this virtual space, because people aren't doing it, y'all. They're not doing it. And this was, it kind of it was lighthearted, and we kind of got a little bit serious towards the end. But like I said, y'all, it's gonna tie us right back into my tagline. This is where we will discuss the good, the bad, and the downright ugly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We pray for God to keep His hedge protection over us. We pray to Psalm 91 over us, and whoever's listening.
Yes.
So, no matter what y'all doing on Love Day, be safe, be sound, keep on loving. Okay? And so, we're going to close it on out. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. This is Patty B, the host of The Globe is Being Televised, and my first guest, Tomeria J, who is the host of Confidence Restore podcast. Thank you so much, y'all. I hope you enjoyed. By the time y'all listen to this, it will be Valentine's Day or a few days afterwards. But I hope that you enjoyed the big game, that you enjoyed Rihanna, and that you enjoyed seeing the men on that football field with them tight bodies. And on that note, y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you again, and see you next time. All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Patty.
Tomeria. That is a wrap, y'all. Thank you so very much for tuning into the very first episode of the Glow Up is Being Televised podcast, hosted by your girl, Patty B. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, up is never linear. Until next time.